Hello everyone, Fernando Perez here, World Music Guitars. Today I'd like to speak about something very interesting that happens when you study all this music from different cultures. Okay, many times we hear about all the influences that certain styles of music have over others, or even given birth to others, and in many cases they are really far away, physically speaking, okay? For instance, in the case of flamenco, we always hear about how it has a big influence from the Arabic music and the Middle Eastern music. And it is true, but in the case of today, I like to bring an example that has nothing to do with Arabic music, but with Persian music, okay? Because it's much more farther away, but still, a lot of times, studying Persian music, I found that there are many things that are very close to flamenco, or that even more sometimes than Arabic music, okay? But let's just go to the real thing, because one thing is what we hear about influences of different styles of music from historians, from ethnomusicologists, but another thing is what we hear or we speak about very few times, that comes from performing musicians that actually just play the music, don't analyze it so much, all right? You get a different experience of things, and you have a different realization. And for those who have done this and have realized about these things, you all will know, you know how these things are. You don't even need to explain them, they just happen. So this is something very interesting that happened when I was studying a certain thing of Persian music, okay? This is I was studying, or I'm still studying, a Radif tradition in Persian music. And we have these things called Dastgah that I will probably explain in some other video. Inside of this Dastgah, we have something like little flavors that we call gusheh, okay? So in Neva Dastgah, we have a gusheh called nahoft, okay? And this gusheh reminds me always a lot to many things we do in flamenco music. So that's why I wanted to bring it right here, for us to enjoy this side-by-side kind of thing, all right? So let me play this nahoft gusheh first. Now let's say I wanted to use the same kind of phrasing, or exactly the same ideas or musical phrases on something that is flamenco. I'm going to turn this into a style called Solea, all right? Or at least on that kind of flavor, all right? I'm just going to use the material that we would use for a Flamenco Solea, but like I just said, I'm just going to use the musical phrases that we just found on this Persian nahoft, and listen how it sounds. So you see, it's quite interesting for those who are familiar with flamenco music. it's very common to have this phrase and many variations of it, like or. But here, let me do the Nahov, the Persian version, one more time. It's in a different key, but don't let that fool you. And the Solea. The next phrase on Nahov. Solea. And like that, we could go phrase by phrase, like I just did, playing one and the other. And basically, we haven't changed. We are playing basically 90% the same, and it fits completely. So this is one of the wonderful things, about all this different music from different cultures, that sometimes you find things like this that are almost a perfect matching, and you realize how much connection there is. It also helps you if you like to fusion music, to blend different styles into one. It also helps you if you want to play something original or bring original ideas into your playing. And as artists, that is a very important thing. Yeah, we just don't want to copy and that's it. Yeah, you want to bring your own personality, and that's super important. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I think it's a very interesting thing, and hopefully we'll have more of this. I'll try to put on my, I promise I'll put on my website just the score for this Nahov and gusheh, okay? It will be probably on the educational page, so you can find it there totally for free. You can download it. The Solea part, I'm not gonna put it because that's something I just improvised, but I'm basically copying the Nahov one, yeah? That's it. Just one more thing, just because you saw those little frets here on my guitar, I was not using them, not yet at least. That's something I use for Persian music and other styles like Arabic or Turkish, etc. And you can watch some of my videos where I'm explaining how to make them completely for free at home with just a piece of a string from your guitar, and I will give you access to what we call microtones, some very special notes that we use on Oriental, Middle Eastern styles of music, among others. All right, bye now.